Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of where you can find your 2020-2021 Zearn math assessment trackers and how to use those trackers. So the first thing I'm going to show you is which folder you can find your assessment trackers in. It's titled St. Marcus 2020-2021 Zearn Math Assessment Rubrics plus Mission Assessment Trackers. And you'll see that within that folder, there's a separate folder for each grade level. We're going to look at second grade for the purposes of this example. At the bottom, you'll notice the Master Second Grade Math Mission Assessment Tracker. Please don't use that master. You'll want to find your tracker by going into this teacher folder and then opening your copy. Okay. I'm going to demo, however, on this master copy here today. So let's do an example with Mission 1. If you click here on Mission 1 rubric and open that folder, you will see two things. The first thing you will see is a rubric to help you grade your end of mission assessment for Mission 1. And it looks like this. You'll want to print one of these for each student. The second thing you will see in this folder is a PDF of the Zearn Math Assessment Answer Key, which looks like this. You'll want to use both of these things in order to grade your assessment, and then of course your student work as well. Okay. So, just going to click here on my camera. So using the Zearn Math End of Mission Assessment Answer Key and the student work, I just completed this student's rubric score. Now I'm going to take their rubric score and enter it into the tracker. Okay, so you'll notice for question 1, the student scored a 2 points. Question 2, they scored 3. Question 3, they scored 3, and question 4, they scored 4. This is new this year. I added to the end of each rubric a space for you to give students specific feedback, specifically on what they did great on and what they're still working on. And you have plenty of space here to add any other notes or next steps as well. Once I scored the student on the rubric, I went ahead and put their total score, their total number of points at the top, and calculated that into an overall percentage of 63%, which falls in this partial mastery category. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter that student's data into the tracker. But first, let me orient you to the tracker overall. This standards overview page is just for you to see which standards are covered in which missions. You don't need to do any work on this page, it's just for your review. On the Summary of Mission Assessments tab, the only thing you're going to enter onto this tab is student names. Once you enter a student's name on this tab, so I'm just going to enter my name here, the students' names should pre-populate onto all of the other mission assessment tabs, so you can see my name there. So again, on this page, you're not going to enter anything other than what you see in yellow, which is to enter all of your students' names. Then you're ready to start entering data for your Mission 1 assessment. So I'm going to enter data just in this row here for myself or for this one student. So I simply look at my rubric here and enter in the scores that that student got for each question. So as I showed you on question 1, that student scored a 2. Question 2, they scored a 3. Question 3, they scored a 3. And question 4, they scored a 2. You'll notice that I'm only entering in the yellow here, and that's true on this tracker in general. You don't want to enter anything other than what you see in a yellow cell. If you start to play around or enter things into other cells, it'll disrupt the formulas and the tracker won't work. But no problem if you do that, just shoot me an email and I can fix it for you. So here you see after I entered the student scores, their overall percentage was calculated for me. And if I go back to the Summary of Mission Assessment tab, you can see that tab is pre-populated as well. So again, you won't need to enter anything here. If you enter your student scores under the Mission Assessment tab, it will pre-populate onto this Summary tab. Let me just do a quick demo here so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and pretend all of these students scored an 81%. And I'll change a little bit here. Okay, so a couple of things that we can see here. So first we can see the class's overall score on the assessment, and that has populated here as well. The overall class average on the assessment is 80%, which we see here. The other thing we can see is the percentage of students, or the percent of complete mastery for each question on the assessment. Remember, complete mastery is a score of a 4. Partial mastery is the score of a 3. Okay, so in question 1, where we see all of these 4s, 97% of students, or 29 out of 30 students, had full mastery of that question. If we add a couple more 4s here, you'll see how this number changes. So on question 2, 7%, or 2 students mastered. Question 3, 10%, or 3 students. And question 4, 7%, or 2 students. That's just to give you a quick bird's eye view of how many students had complete mastery on that one assessment item. And that's it. So all of that, again, is populated simply by entering in the rubric scores, which you will see highlighted in yellow. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions at all, or if something appears not to be working on your tracker, please just shoot me an email. See you guys soon.